welcome back to the fourth and final episode of The Switch, where we have challenged two World Championship drivers from Mahindra Racing, Alexander Sims and Lynn, to swap roles with two world-class dancers, Strictly Come Dancing's Karen Hauer and Katie Priest. Now, so far in the challenge, we've seen the dancers get to experience the Playseat simulator and what it's like to race on the New York street track. Then we put all of our professional athletes into a rigorous fitness test, survival of the fittest. And most recently, we've seen the drivers transform and put on the performance of a lifetime. But today is the day where our dancers will get to experience one of the fastest electric race cars in the world. They will be stepping in to the driving seat of the Gen 1 Mahindra Racing M4 electric race car. How is everyone doing this morning?
Good, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you feeling as nervous as the boys were feeling yesterday before dancing, now that you've seen this?
I think more, because you were very cool yesterday. You were very, had it calm on the surface.
I don't know, I'm feeling pretty focused. I don't know, but maybe because it's game
Always
day.
the focus one.
I don't know, it's this thing. I love the fact that it's the pressure. I like pressure, but because it gets me even more focused, so.
Now, you've done a bit of preparation already before you get into the driving seat. Talk us through what you were doing on the professional simulator.
Yes, so it was kind of like a weird dark cinema with a huge, was it 15 feet, the screen that goes around?
Something like that.
I was trying to retain information. Huge screen that sort of goes around, and then you're in what feels more like you're in the car driving around, but you've got sort of the effects of how the suspension will feel a bit, and it's just, it was really overwhelming, I think.
A good initial taster, though, of what is to come.
Yeah, I just felt really, really spaced out. It was really strange to sort of see everything as you were driving around the track, and it just felt a bit like just trippy, really.
And what do you actually use the professional simulator for, Alexander?
Well, we use it to go through race preparation, practicing procedures with myself, the engineers, what communication we have during race simulation and things. But yeah, I can totally appreciate what Katie's saying. You know, when you see what you would see in real life, but there's no G-forces, you don't get the same feeling. It can be a bit off-putting to start with. But yeah, looking forward to them getting out in the real thing and feeling those Gs.
Karen, how did you feel getting in the simulator?
You know, I thought it was a bit disorienting as well, and I felt a bit nauseous, because when everything started moving, and I got warned that it was going to be a little bit weird, and I had him, because I remember going, can you please stay by my side? So the first couple of laps, you stayed by my side, but it's that next level, you know, because at first, you know, you're doing, it just felt like, you know, Mario Kart, and then the next one, you're like actually sitting in this pit in this dark room, and it's like professional. Like, you're like, okay, so this is not Nintendo anymore. We're the big deal, and now we're here. And yeah, it was one of those that I was like, I think I'm a really bad driver, and because I was like bumping into everything, but it was the experience of it all, actually, because you're in there, and you know, you have your, you know, your headset, people are talking to you, you know, you can feel the wheel going, but now that we're going to be going into the real thing, that was a good preparation and an eye opener, I'm not gonna lie.
We're slowly stepping up the level each
stepping
time.
up, yeah. But I have a good coach, so he was coaching me through. Yeah. Step on the gas, I don't want to, can't brake. I couldn't brake either. I was like, it's like you have to use your whole body to brake. So yeah, it was just testing little things out that you wouldn't have thought about before.
Yeah, it's really hard to brake, isn't it? You have to use all your force.
All force, yeah.
So Alex, how much time do you actually spend in a simulator when you're preparing for a race weekend?
We spend quite a lot of time in the simulator. I think we worked out before Saudi Arabia, it was 10 days of simulator before 1 day in the real car. So in the end, it adds up to a lot, but from our side, it's crucial really to make sure you perform on the 1 day you need it to.
And how similar is it? You know, how much of an experience is the simulator like compared to actually driving the real car?
It's actually really similar in a sense that all of the data we get off of it is very similar, but for us it lacks quite a lot of feeling, which we use to drive fast, but the actual raw data we get, and often the lap time we do, you'd be disappointed if you weren't, or if you were more than 2/10 away from the pole position lap in the sim. You know, you really want to be close to make it realistic.
And driving fast. That is what you guys are going to be doing today. Yeah. You've also had your seat fitting as well. How was that?
Yeah, interesting actually. Like it was snug. Like I felt I was like in a womb. It was just like a really tight jacket and a little bit claustrophobic. And you're sitting really low as well, so it's like you're in a low rider. So it really does feel like this. So I just felt like I wanted to take a nap, but it felt really comfortable actually. So you don't feel like you have any kind of room to move around. And I had no idea that you had to get like your seat fitted. Like, never think about that ever. You just see, oh, no, they're just getting in the car and they just drive, you know.
Safety first.
Absolutely.
So you are literally boxed in from every angle.
Yeah, like a cocoon. You're in there, done. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah, you don't get claustrophobic at all, do you?
No, it was so cozy. I was like, if I close my eyes, I could just take a little nap because everything's really like tight fitting to you. And then you put the helmet on and you can't hear anything around you. And it's nice and dark and you're just like, oh. Yeah.
Well, I think you've probably done almost as much preparation as there is to do. What else is left, Alexander, to get the girls all prepped for their drive?
I think we're going to have a technical briefing with Paul, and yeah, we'll do some laps around the track just to make sure the ladies know where they're going. It's a fairly simple, straightforward track, which is good, just for them to be able to focus on just driving and enjoying it. And then yeah, we're pretty much ready to go.
Okay, well guys, we'll leave you to it and we'll catch up with you later. So guys, you've just seen Alexander go out on track to do his shakedown. Is it starting to feel quite real?
Absolutely. Now nerves are starting to creep in, but like good nerves. It's just that anticipation that now I just want to get in the car and do it. It's really exciting now.
Like opening night, when you're like, your heart is like going and you're like, oh gosh, yeah.
You must be very good though, at basically turning that sort of nervous energy into excitement and positivity.
Yeah, it's more like turning it into focus, because I feel like, you know, there's so many things that could possibly go wrong, or like, you know, like things that we're not aware of yet. So we just have to make sure that we still stay focused and do not get too excited, because imagine if we get too excited, just press the wrong button. And but no, it's I can't explain it. It's quite like butterflies, and
adrenaline is there already.
Not meaning to put you under any more pressure, but this is kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. There are only a handful of people in the world that have driven this car. You know, you pretty much have to be a professional Formula E racing driver to actually get to experience it. So you're very lucky, and I know there are going to be a lot of people around the world very envious. But as well as having fun and really enjoying it, I've got to remind you that this is obviously still part of the challenge, and there is competition at stake here.
Try not to think about that.
Yeah, all of today I've been like, okay, like thinking about safety like this and do this, and then at the back of my mind I'm like, oh my God, you are competing as well.
I'm not competing.
I'm not, I'm just, I think the most thing of today is that I really just want to enjoy it, because I don't want it to go by so quick and I haven't just enjoyed it and taken it in.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I've got to know you guys over the last couple of days. Don't believe a word of it. I know how competitive these guys are.
When we go out there, I'm gonna step on the gas.
Okay, so just so you know, what you are going to be assessed on when it comes to the competition side. Basically, the first thing is whether or not you can drive and take the correct racing line. So that means doing things like hitting the apex. I know, Katie, we were talking about this earlier, and you didn't know what the apex was, which is fine. It's basically a point on a corner that will create the quickest line, the fastest way you get around the track. In this instance, keep it simple. Hit the 3 cones. Don't hit them. Aim for the 3 cones that are on a corner. So you need to aim for the 3 cones. Then the other thing you need to do is brake in a straight line. So the team are going to be looking and assessing if you can brake in a straight line. They're also going to be looking at how well you follow instructions, which I think as dancers, I reckon you're pretty good at doing that. Or maybe you're used to giving instructions instead of following them. And then the fourth one is your overall technical ability.
Okay, so it's not on time.
It is not on time. So it's not about, this is not about pure speed.
I thought it was about time and I was bricking it.
This is about being the best sort of technically minded and overall who will make the best racing driver.
Can we put a little bit of speed in it though?
100%. No one employs a slow racing driver. So obviously the costume is always very important to your performance.
Yes.
So I'm very excited to say you have your own racing suits. Oh, it's the other way around. Other way around. Sorry. Yeah, your very own personalised Mahindra race suit.
This is. Do we get to keep these?
You're going to look amazing in this. Yes.
Karen, I'm going to see you at Halloween.
And I've got to say they're really comfortable. It's like wearing a onesie all the time. Well, I'm very envious, and I know a lot of people are. So, but we wish you all the best, and we can't wait to see how you do. And yeah, just enjoy it. Have fun, guys.
So yeah, just build it up out there, look at those cones that we said about the braking points, think about the lines, starting on the outside, diagonally into the apex of the corner in the middle and let it flow out on the outside.
Right.
And yeah, just build it up and have fun. Any point you want to stop, ask questions, just stop, but yeah, 5 laps to start with.
Well, this is it. The preparation is over and it is time to find out if Karen and Katie have got what it takes to be Mahindra racing drivers.
Full throttle. This is amazing! I'm running away, I'm never coming back. Alrighty. That was so fun.
That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun. That was so fun.
I have a need for speed.
I'm judging by this face, it was a thumbs up.
Oh my God. I did not think I was going to enjoy it that much. It was absolutely incredible. It was amazing.
That's so nice to
I
hear.
was probably going around at 20 miles an hour, but I had a great time doing it.
You looked very fast, lightning fast, I would say. Definitely faster than Alexander.
When you go full throttle, like we spoke about it in training, because I said, are there any specific like fitness exercises that you need to do? And he said quite a lot of it is neck training. You have to have a strong neck. In my mind, I was thinking how, but then when you're in the car and you're going full throttle, the force, I had about 4 chins at one point. It literally does, and you have to really try to push your head forward.
Did you ever get the feeling that your helmet might just sort of get lifted off at any point?
Literally on the last full throttle, I think I went for it a little bit more than I should have done, and I was like, oh, this may have been too far. But oh my God, it was so, I'll never drive under the speed limit again.
Uh-oh. Didn't say it. You had a little spin, which is a good sign, because that means you're pushing it. You're finding the limit.
We did the first lap, and then Alexander was saying over the comms, he was going like this is really good time for you to test the car to its limits, like slam the brake on, see how you go. And I was like, yeah, this is the time, and I did, and I spun. But I still maintained that I did not hit any cones.
Yeah!
Which is all I set out to do.
High five! Excellent! And did you focus on the apex?
I did focus on the apex.
Yes,
it was one of the team actually earlier. They drew me a proper diagram of it with the sort of diagonal line. So it was mind blowing, because in my head I was thinking that I had to hug it like coming around a corner. But actually you just got to drive across a diagonal. So
aim for that.
And that was the thing I was so worried about. So.
And there's so much to think about. I mean, the fact that you were even doing team radio with Alexander, I mean, how did you manage to cope doing that at the same time as driving and focusing on the apex? I mean,
I'm used to driving and having a coffee, so.
So you're used to multitasking.
Training.
Yeah, exactly. So would you swap being a professional dancer for being a professional racing driver?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
There you go.
Sign me up.
Excellent. Right, you better have a quick chat with Dilbag Gill then.
Yeah, okay.
Well done. Let's find out how Karen gets on.
I've never had so many men running around me.
it's not a race without a crash.
That was awesome, guys. Thank you.
Well, how was that? I'm glad you're in one piece. That was a good ending.
I'm a bit dramatic, I'm not gonna lie. I like a good ending.
Excellent. To all performances.
To all performances, that's the thing that people remember the most, is the ending. Absolutely. Start with a spin, end with a spin. Why not?
And how was it?
It was epic. It was epic. I left my stomach out there somewhere. If anybody finds it, please send it back to me. You know what? I've never experienced anything like this, and I felt like, because when you're driving fast, it's incredible, but then it becomes very technical when you start going around the turns, and then, you know, you're trying to think about the things that your coach was telling me, you know, like what Alex was telling me, like it all went out the window, and then I'm just trying to go by instinct, but the freedom and the power that I felt, and I mean, epic. I will always remember this.
Oh.
I'm just,
Buzzing.
no words, no words.
And the acceleration, because with an electric car, did you just love that instant torque?
But it's so scary, because then you get cocky, you're like, oh, I can go fast, and then here comes the turn, and you have to brake, and then all of a sudden you lose control of the car. But you know what, it's the freedom that you feel, the breeze, and you feel the car like almost shaking under you, but you're just going, I felt like, you know, I had the sun, you know, I had the road, you know, the breeze.
Well, this is the thing, because you're in an open cockpit. You've got the wind in your hair.
I mean, yeah, no hair, but it's all right.
In your face.
In my face.
So overall, you fancy maybe, you know, trading a few dance floors for racetracks?
You know what, overall, I'll leave it to the pros, but I am happy that I took part in this. And you know what, I think I'm gonna, I mean, if there's an academy that I can join, I'd love to.
Well, there you are. There are plenty, actually. I'll let you know the details.
Thank you.
Well, well done. I think we should find out how the competition now sits. Almost time to find out who is going to be taking home the trophies and be crowned champions of the Switch. But first, let's catch up with you guys. Now you've had a little bit of time for it to all digest and sink in. How was it? How do you think she got on?
Honestly, I was so proud. Like, it was really, really cool to see. I thought Karen did an amazing job. So yeah, but did you like it?
Good coach.
Yeah, no, yeah. No, it was good fun. Really cool to see. Yeah.
And Alexander, how do you think Katie did?
Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, echo what Alex said. You know, it's just wonderful to see Katie go out there, come in with a massive beaming smile that even I could see through her helmet. You know, it's like clearly she was loving it. Did a good job, and yeah, had fun. So it's brilliant.
And still smiling.
Need for speed.
Are you going to be talking about this for months to come? Okay, good, excellent. Okay, now, although we've had lots of fun here today, which has been great, ultimately, this boils down to one thing, and that is the competition and who is going to be crowned the champions of the Switch. So let's recap on the points that you have scored so far. Now, in the opening rounds, there was 1 point available for each round. The first round, we had the play seat simulation test, and that was won by Karen and Alex. Well done, guys. The next round was our fitness test, which was also won by Karen and Alex. Okay, so then we came into this competition for the final 2 challenges, the showpieces, really. And there are 2 points available for each of those rounds. Now, in the first round, of course, that was the dance-off. And the votes have been counted. The Mahindra racing team have been voting, and it was pretty close. However, with a 4-vote advantage, the winners are Alexander and Katie. Can we see the twerk one more time?
Is that? The what?
The twerk.
Oh yeah, that.
Hey, yes!
Nailed it.
Now, you did say that if you won the dance-off, you
Brilliant.
promised
I could do that on the podium, couldn't I?
a podium performance.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Why not? Why not?
So coming into this final challenge, it makes it so far a draw, 2 points each. Now, obviously, I'm not an expert. I am not a judge in this part of the competition. So let's go over to some of our judges and hear what they had to say about our drivers' experiences.
Well, didn't they both do wonderfully? But I have to say that I think that while Karen had probably the better understanding of a racing line, I really liked Katie's approach and how methodical she was to the day.
So today I think Katie and Karen showed some contrasting driving styles. Katie was very methodical and sort of just built up her approach. You could see her approach improving lap on lap. Karen went out really and sort of, right from the beginning was sort of trying to put the car right on the limit. Both of those approaches have pros and cons and everything, but today I think Karen's approach just caught her out a little bit, and in the end I think that sort of won the judges when we were deciding on who on balance would win the day. Sort of it was probably Katie that had to prevail.
So there we are, we've heard from our experts. Basically, in summary, Karen was the most determined and quickest in each sector. Katie, you were the driver who improved the most and had the best technique. But I can announce the winner of this challenge, and therefore who will take the overall prize, is Katie and Alexander.
Well done. Great competition.
Well done. You whipped my ass on that bike.
How do you feel?
She did.
Champions of the Switch.
Brilliant. I wasn't expecting it. That was yeah, that was very, very cool. Very cool to.
Best time ever.
Katie was grinning from ear to ear before, and now that's like proper Cheshire Cat grin. So the question, Alexander, are you now going to trade in your racing boots and just permanently hang out on a dance floor?
I don't think that's going to happen too soon, but it's maybe something to consider for future years. Stay flexible and limber up, and yeah, I can get some dance lessons off my wife as well. But no, it's been fantastic to do such a different challenge. I think that it's not something that I've done before, to experience a completely different discipline. But actually surprising how many similarities there are in terms of performing under pressure, one performance for the cameras. It was really good fun, so I enjoyed it.
And Katie, now you've kind of had the thrill of being behind the racing
seat. Oh, I'm
converted.
I'm done. Yeah, sign me up.
You're going to be coming to all the Formula E races now. Alex, how have you found the whole competition?
I've honestly loved it. Like, from the dancing to like helping Karen drive the car. I mean, honestly, I think we've had a really fun time together. It's cool.
I mean, you managed to literally like flip Karen with one arm. Are you going to be practicing this at the weekends on the dance floor?
I mean, you never know when that skill could come in handy again. So yeah, no, it was good fun, really good fun.
And Karen,
it's been great to have all the team. Thank you so much to everybody that took part. Everybody that was helping out. To the my teammates, and it's been epic. I've never done anything like this before, so it's just, and to be able to teach this one how to dance, and for him to be so committed, and to give me that discipline and that focus, and then vice versa. Yeah, I'm just grateful and thankful to have taken the opportunity that you guys gave me the opportunity to be a part of this.
Well,
so thank you.
Join a small handful of people who have actually had the chance to drive this car. So it's very special, and it's been great to see you have so much fun and enjoy it, and deliver the car back in one piece, kinda. Right, now I think it is time for our presentation trophy. So you get a beautiful watch, Katie. Yes. Whoa. I've never done a trophy presentation before, guys. There we are. Now, you're going to have to buy a trophy cabinet for this.
I know. My Zoom calls are just going to get so fancy now.
Happen to have it in the background. Oh, what's that? Oh gosh, I didn't realise I left it out. Oh, yeah.
And you're going to have to put your trophies down now, because a proper racing driver celebration must be done with champagne. And I'm going to say, before you open it, in the words of the Formula E founder, Alejandro Agag, and tonight we party!
Sims, the first podium of the season for Mahindra. Today was actually, not bad.
How's mine look?
Any good? Just for you.
You just put it on slow-mo view.
It's all about survival of the fittest. Ah, just put it wrong. Survival of the fitness.
It's New York, and then I was in a...
The coffee machine's just having a moment.
Like a ninja. It's like a ninja. All I'm saying, you've never seen Spider-Man and him in the same room at the same time.
Alexander, do you ever get to this point in a race and go, I really need a wee? Yeah. Frequently.
Alexander Sims and Alex Lynn to swap roles with two...
Squeeze the bum cheeks, squeeze the bum cheeks. Da 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 da. Squeeze the bum cheeks.